Plan with convention,
So we are back
then conquer.
doing the main story of 1.3, I
Plan with
suppose.
convention.
So in my last
I am
video, I
here to
pulled
serve your will.
Shorekeeper, and I accidentally put, well, I didn't accidentally, I put just spectral material on her, and so I changed the echoes now to the rejuvenating glow. People, because I was working on this and I realized, hey, I have the wrong things on for the healer, so I was too busy looking at her element. And so I guess we'll just start doing the story.
Well, well, look who I bumped into.
This girl's new
So
4-star.
you're the rover, huh?
You know why people don't like, I guess, the English speaking voiceovers is because, like, sometimes it's not doesn't sound very convincing. Like Japanese voiceovers, you can know, even though it's like an adult doing like a kid's voice, like, or like a woman doing a boy's voice, it always sounds like quite good. But in this one, I don't feel like this voiceover is very good. This one sounds like an older woman doing a voice.
Aw, Yang Yang's got a soft spot for you, huh? Are you her special someone?
Wow, what a brat.
Oh, come on. I just know it means a lot to you.
Not to boast, but epic adventures tend to have a way of finding me.
So I'm in this conversation so far
Since
for who knows
Rover's
how
here,
long.
let's talk to that bloom bearer first.
But I have no idea what's going on. The only time I understood anything was when Yang Yang showed up and explained how you wanted to meet the Black Shores guy, and now you can actually go search for them. But I have no idea what that little girl gets out of it. I don't know what she wants. I don't know why she's in my party. I don't know why I'd have to team up with her. So this looks like the first of 2 little girl 4-stars they're adding. I don't know why they're adding just little girl 4-stars. But there's this one, and then one with mouse ears coming up.
Yeah, it's you all right.
Hey, why do they make me choose
I'm Mia, a bloom
dialogue
bearer from the Black
when there's only
Shores.
one choice?
Didn't expect.
Hold on, I haven't decided if I want to join the Black Shores. Like, why is this a choice if I don't have a choice? Why don't you just continue the autoplay?
I'm stuck here monitoring. Can't leave my post.
They need to work
Do you
on
think
the
you could help check out what happened?
they need to work on the gaps between dialogue because they're really inconsistent. Like sometimes they rush into the next sentence, and then sometimes it delays for such a long time, and I have no idea why that happens either.
One thing's for sure, though. This frequency represents gravity.
I hope that one day we can get past these weird concepts for stories and just go back to normal concepts for stories. Like, oh, there's an obvious bad guy, and there's like this politics and murder and espionage and like just good stories. Because all the stuff centered around make-believe concepts are just kind of BS, right? They're like a waste of your time. Okay, so these guys just explode now when they die. I don't think I was far off with that board thing. I heard they added a feature where you can skip, but then they'll actually give you a summary. You who reveals the clue Hoda mentioned is an artifact from Mount Fairmont discovered by her and her master, Chenpi. Now it seems connected with the Black Shores. The frequency tied to Hoda is hidden within this artifact, and it seems linked to the deaths of the Bloom Bearers. Reporting this matter to Nia and the Black Shores is now a matter of urgency. Wow, that was like way better than me watching all of this, because I have no idea what's going on. Like, I don't know why I'm on this path talking to these Black Shores people. I don't know what frequency I was searching for, and I don't remember when I came across that frequency. Maybe I'm just forgetting the story, or the story was just like too easy to skip. And the last thing I remember is doing some moon festival. That's what I remember doing, and so I'm very confused about this. And listen to these people dialogue. It's so like spacey and weird and out there, and I don't know who the people they're referring to are. I really feel like they need to work on how they present the information, because it's just not sticking. It's not. I don't even know the direction it's going. It doesn't seem clear. This summary is way better though. Anyways, I'm not gonna skip it. I'm gonna resume it. But I just heard about this feature, and actually I kind of like it, to be honest. Like, if I was gonna play the game, like and not record it, I would probably actually just go through these summaries because it makes way more sense. I don't know what the right I don't know what the right job description is, right? Like, is it a scenario writer? But you need certain people to kind of plot these things in a way that is really compelling. Like with like the right story arcs and the right build-ups and like how to present information. And that little text thing went by too fast, and there was no way for me to stop it. Butterflies. Oh shit!
Welcome home.
What? I don't live here. What happened? I was just under the bridge.
At last, you have returned.
Why do you have a British accent?
I am pleased to see you back on these
Oh, those heals are crazy. There's like literally no heal. It makes no sense. How does she not fall backwards?
On these black shores.
This game takes a little bit way too much from Death Stranding. I said this from the very beginning. I was like, what's this splash intro and what is this? What are all these couriers walking through these towns? And it always felt like a little like a nod to Death Stranding. And then later on I read an article that it was like inspired by Death Stranding, but it doesn't follow the Death Stranding story. So this is like a new area, I guess. Healing complete. Oh, okay. You can be healed at just... Oh. Thick fog. There's no fog. Hey, you know what's weird? Whenever you go between this continent and this continent, you lose all your waypoints. And I feel like that's weird. Like, I feel like it should be persistent.
We need to hurry. Time is one luxury we do not have. Let's save the rest for the road.
I really hope they start having just more normal stories that don't rely on weird things. I didn't even ask for this information. They need to change this thing where the controller hijacks the mouse. Because my mouse is always kind of like moving a little bit. And when that happens, I basically can't do anything. Like the controls just don't work.
We lost them all.
There's some kind of like virus in this Tesla system probably. And that's like the Borg virus. And then it's going to become the main bad guy, isn't it? There's so much side dialogue here that I shouldn't have to know.
Each character's got a backstory, right? Well...
Okay, forget about that. Who cares about this robot? Who cares? Why is that in the story?
The data you brought back has been uploaded to the system, but as you know, Tethys has been unstable.
Even the voice actors can't pretend to care about these weird concepts. They shouldn't have called this the Tethys system. They should have said the supercomputer. Like, it would have made way more sense, and it wouldn't have caused any actor to stumble. Because they're just like, what is this? It's all like weird stuff. I'm a warrior. I don't need to know any of that stuff. I'm starting to understand why there's a skip button in this game. And why the skip button has to summarize the story as well. But I'm not even sure if the story is necessary anymore. Because if it's just going to be like... There's no point to it. Nothing. It's not adding anything for the future. And in terms of the present, if you just play through the game, you'll just get to the end anyways. And then you'll just see that it's like some happy ending, right? These guys speak in language that's too... the English is too good. I feel like they should speak kind of machine-like, or in like sound like foreigners in some way. A music teacher?
What? It's just been the two of us here this whole time.
Hey, Abby, go back to sleep.
Whoa! Another earthquake!
I'll miss seeing my friend in action again.
Oh, shoot.
That's why you saw the other you in that vision.
These things restore your stamina. This will be great help to my research. Please take these as a token of my gratitude. Who are you? People can actually die here. What the hell's wrong with you? Dodge counter. The dodge counter's not going up.
Triumph through sacrifice. Make it fast.
Oh shit! Dodge. Counter attacks.
Take full.
Okay. That was so confusing. Why is it
Be
written like that?
reduced to sin.
So I have 332 of these. And I'm about 30 away from a copy of the Shorekeeper, which I think would make her really good. And so I wanted to save up for Camellia, but then I realized I really suck at this game. So I need a healer, because I don't know, I can't dodge, I don't understand the parry system that well. I'm kind of too slow to use it. And so I need like a constant healer too. And also like having to jump to use Serena's heal is kind of annoying. And so if I can figure out how the Shorekeeper's healing works and then have her really just maxed out, I think I should do that as well. And so, you know, executive decision, even though there's a chance I won't get Camellia, I really feel like I should try to max out the Shorekeeper to my best of my ability. The question is, am I going to be able to make enough wishes to get S1 Shorekeeper and then also get her weapon? Let's see how far I am on this so far. You guys can't see the records loading up here, but it's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. No, 31. So I'm 31 pity. Okay, 70, 73. This game really would make me go all the way up to 80. Okay, 73. It's still max pity because it's in the last 10 pulls. But at least I'm not wasting any extras. Okay, I have enough to get her. And so definitely I'm going to do this. Okay, so that's a pretty good Shorekeeper now. I'm pretty happy about that. It worked out in the end. I also
Plan
gotta
with
Understood.
add her
I am
weapon.
here to serve your will.
I wasted a chest on this, by the way. I'm slightly disappointed by that. They make us teleport all the way to that place to synthesize things. That's really annoying. And everyone keeps telling them, please, can we just like synthesize where we are? And we still can't do it. It's ridiculous. Okay, so what I've done, including farming, is I got the weapon up to level 90 now. And I didn't actually have to farm that much because there is actually an event that they included in their Infinite Wisdom called Parade of Stars, where you can use this stuff. This material gives you those items as you slowly upgrade your weapon, and so you don't have to actually farm that much. I was traveling up the map here and just getting treasure chests, and I stumbled upon this tactical trial. And so far I've been doing the tactical trials okay, but this one was actually really difficult. And it's mainly because the only DPS I have is Changli. And unfortunately one of these clusters were like fire, and so it was immune to my attacks. What I did eventually was I just attacked the herons head on, got both of them down to like 50% just together. And then one of them kind of deviates to go kill the other two prisms. And then I just focused on one heron for a while. And then but when that one was halfway, then I could meet the other one, because when the other one defeats the other prisms, it heals up. And so you're going to run out of time if you don't go to attack the one right away. So after the one kills the prism, then you go attack that one, because then the other one, which is already being damaged by you, will join you. And then there's no way to kill these guys separately and be careful at the same time. You got to just kind of dodge and just beat him, and then eventually it got it done. So that's what I did. And then I also tried this Gullpuff guy who I can't beat right now.
Understood.
Her area
I am
heal
here to serve
ticks
your will.
in a very slow way, and I would actually prefer it just heal over time in a very small way versus the ticking, because it doesn't feel very effective. And it also only seems to heal the character on the field, which makes it kind of difficult to use her as a healer, except for when she's using her skill, which is an instant. Anyways, we're at the 2-hour mark. I'm gonna stop this video here, and then I'll continue another time. So we're continuing where we left off. Well, not exactly where we left off, but we're at the 2-hour mark, I think. We're just somewhere around there, and we're gonna continue with the story quest. Oh yeah, and I haven't beaten this hedge puff guy, and I don't know if I can. I feel like I don't do enough damage, and you know, there's like 3 moves that it does. One is a big ground slam, one is a kind of jump up and throw the bubble kind of thing. Now I can dodge those 2 attacks, but there's one where it just kind of like just what's the term here?
Make it fast.
Just what's the term for it? Like point blank. It just is a point blank shot, and then my character's bubbled like instantly. There's no way to dodge it. I can be at a further distance from it, and I just can't dodge it unless I can actually like read the move, which is kind of hard to, in the amount of time that you need to differentiate it between the other 2 moves. And so I don't understand what this is, what this Tethys system is, what these. I don't know if this is a metaphor or an actual thing. It's kind of really confusing. Oh, it's Portal. It's Portal. Okay, so I have a yellow portal and a blue portal. So I'm stuck in this room with a blue portal, and I can put a yellow portal over here. Dodge counters. Man, I was so dumb the last time. I was like, I thought dodge counter mean a counter, like counting 1, 2, 3, like that kind of a counter. And I thought dodge counter was like at 0 or 3, and I'm like, I dodged like 20 times or something. But it was actually like you have to counterattack.
Winds, heed my command.
Oh okay. I'm like, why does this place look so weird? And I'm like sitting on a roof. Like I said, I don't know if I really like the Shorekeeper because her healing is just way too. It doesn't feel right. I feel like it should go up slowly rather than do it in just random pulses. Now that I think about it, I should have spent that wave band on Verena because I really wanted Verena's her S1, I guess.
Combat isn't just about strength.
You know, this guy used to
You
talk
need
way faster, or
skills
used to be
and
able to skip
wisdom,
his
too,
first
when facing enemies on the
dialogue box.
battlefield.
See, now you can skip
You
this
there,
one.
looking to
But
put
you used to be able to kind of just ignore his first time talking, and now they're forced you to listen to the NPCs, which kind of makes it annoying. So I get this.
Guests of the unkind.
I feel like I'm supposed to just be doing the story, but I'm doing exploration as well. Continuing, this is the 3rd raw playthrough video
Make
for
it
this
fast.
section. I got distracted last time.
Make it fast.
Anyways, I went and, in order to cut down on this video, I went and collected as much chests as I could. And then I also finished some of the challenges, actually. Such as these boss challenges and the Gullpuff challenge I had problems with before. And so, now we're just going to continue. You know, all these gacha games, they take on these weird concepts. And I guess they think it gives them the freedom to kind of just do random stories, and they just drive it with just all this Deus Ex Machina and all this other stuff. But it actually makes the stories like less worth investing in because there's no concreteness to it. There's no like Honkai Star Rail is so like a pointless game. The stories are pointless. Everything that happens doesn't mean anything because it could just become this way or that way, whatever, and it's just too weird sometimes. And this game is even more weird in that respect. It's just, why are you telling me all this stuff? I'm a warrior. I fight stuff. That's it. You know, where's the actual people dying, actual people in danger? That's like, it's hardcore enough, right? Like, what's going on with all this stuff that's it's not even told to you in a way that's understandable anyways, right? So why are you deliberately confusing me?
What emotion should I express now?
Like this whole Tethys system stuff, you're not even explaining anything in a concrete way that makes sense. It's just kind of like you're introducing an amorphous concept that's never meant to be understood. So why are you telling me about it anyways? What happened? It doesn't even explain what happened. Did she put Abby in the system instead? Because that would have been great. Like, that would have been awesome. We should enslave that friggin' thing. Is that it? Head to Detonate. What's my next thing? Oh, okay. So that's all the main quests. Now I just have side quests. But, I guess that's pretty much it. I only covered the main story, but I did get distracted with some treasure hunting in the middle of this one. But anyways, so yeah, I'm not really a fan of this story. I feel like the ending was just, hey, we came up with a solution, right? Like it wasn't clever. It didn't feel like there was any meaning to any of the things that happened before. You know, it's not like I don't get the feeling that we discovered the solution as we went on. It was just kind of like there was a problem, then there was this whole like emotional arc, which is kind of lessened by the fact that no one understood what was going on, and then because of that, you don't understand what's going on. Like, how do you stay attached to these people? You don't know what their concerns are. You don't know how long they've been suffering for, and it seems like barely. Like, you didn't even have time to feel bad about that girl being trapped as the core of Tethys, right? But I would have felt bad about those other people being stuck in the core of Tethys, right? Like it seemed like there was another girl there who, like, actually lived for a long time as the core of Tethys, along with all the other people trapped in there and just living in hell, right? Like that would have been a way better thing to like focus on, but instead you got this weird waifu computer, and I don't know, it just felt weird, and so I feel like I may start skipping the story if it continues like that because if I'm not getting any value out of it, like why am I going through the emotions for the sake of some other person's? I'm not even gonna say it's ego. It seems like it's necessary to have a story in this game, but the main problem is that you have the story, and it's kind of like they could have just put it together in a weekend because there's no thought to it. Uh, there's no real like concreteness to it. That's the same problem that Honkai Star Rail has. Is that they create the problem and they create the solution, and then any of the real issues along the way were just kind of like story beats, but rather they didn't feel like real like conflicts that like rose out of these connections between them. It's all just made up, and people can die and live or whatever. It doesn't mean anything. Uh, and if I compare this to another game with a really good story, like Final Fantasy, like Shadowbringers and Endwalker, like those are things that tied together the whole arc of like 4 expansions, right? And 4 sections of the game. And you start at the beginning, you hear this music, and the music ties into what happens like later on. Like the music from way back then, it wasn't just arbitrary, it ties into it later on. And so there's a lot of like thought put into it and a lot of foresight as well. And for this one, I just don't get that feeling. I feel like it was all just made up, made believe. Uh, Nothing serious. I think it could have been way less complicated, way less sci-fi, way less weird. It could have been focused on something more basic, right? Like something political, even. Like you could have like political fights over who will avenge Zhou, like stuff like that, or like smugglers, like I could have watched a whole story about like people being like uh, starving because of like some people trafficking the wrong foods in and stuff like that. It could have been like something more concrete, just having to do with actual like human concern and drama. But instead, we get this kind of stuff that doesn't mean anything in the end. They're just beats, right? And I don't know, maybe it needs to be like that to rush the story out, but I feel like it shouldn't be like that. I feel like I'd rather not have that, you know. But anyways, I guess that's it. So that was this. That was 1.3 patch, and in terms of the shorekeeper herself, I feel like her healing
Plan
doesn't
with
feel that
convention.
effective.
Understood.
Uh,
I am
for
here
2
to
reasons.
serve your will.
One is you don't really have that much control over it. For Rena, you have a lot of control over her healing, even though it's
Hopefully,
annoying to
we'll make new
use in some
findings.
cases where you have to like use your forte or jump attack to heal. At least it's predictable, right? And it's reliable when you need it, right? Whereas this one,
Understood.
they give you an
I
instant
am
skill heal,
here
but then
to
there's a
serve your
long
will.
regen, energy refresh rate or whatever on that thing. And then you have her area thing, which you have to charge and use her ultimate. And then that thing ticks like just not in a way that you don't even really get healed. Like I I feel like it's only ticked twice. Like I only feel like two heals out of that kind of thing. and so it doesn't feel like that reliable. Whereas Verena's ultimate, you cast it on the enemy and just smack that guy, and then your health goes up, right? And so even on the Shorekeeper, I have her now at the S1, and I got her weapon, and I don't feel like she's that effective. And so maybe I just need to level her up somewhere. But her heals, I just did not. It should not be ticks. It should be gradual. Like my health should be constantly going up, right? Even at a slow amount, and it would feel better, because it doesn't feel like there's any effect to that field. And then also, it doesn't heal you if you're not on the field. So that's another thing, is that only the character you're using can be healed at the time. But if your character needs healing, then being on the field is extremely dangerous. So in that respect, I mean, why wouldn't I just use Verena, since everyone gets healed, right? And so, anyways, that's the coverage of 1.3. Up next, Jian is apparently coming in the next convene. I might pull for him just to get the 4-star girl, and until I get the 4-star girl. But I'm not gonna try to get Jian, even though he's always been really tough when I used him. I don't know if I need another wind character. And then also, I'm not really that big on the whole melee thing anyways. And then after that, Camellia is coming out, and that's the character I really wanted to save up for, so I'm saving up right now. So far I have about 40 pulls, 30 pulls. And that's it so far. Anyways, I guess that's it. See you guys in the next video. So we're back, and we're on this latest update. It looks like I did a whole bunch of side quests to get them out of the way. But it looks like we have a companion story. Now, I don't normally do companion stories, but this is Encore related. And I think that I also want to do some wishing, because apparently you can get a 4-star here. Now, I'm not even sure if I'm going to use this 4-star, but, you know, you can get Yoo-Hoo for 80 pulls, which is, not 80 pulls, but 80 of this coral stuff. And, I don't know how long that's going to be up. It seems to be a limited time only. And it's possible that I just get her through normal pulls as well. And so I don't know who's coming after. I don't know what 68 days is all about. But I'm worried that if I don't pull for her, I'm not going to get her for a while, at least. I'm not sure who else they're going to pair her up with on someone else's banner. But yeah. I think I want to do a few pulls now. 40. Hopefully this is not a 5-star. Oops. Okay. That's the first early I've ever gotten. I've never gotten early before. I usually get everything at max pity, so I did not expect to get this. Is this hopefully Jian? Nope, it's Kalchera. That's like the worst thing that could have happened just now.
Alone.
So I lost my pities. And I also did not get the good 5-star. Okay, so now I'm back to 0, I think. And that kind of works out, I guess, if I don't have to spend those corals, because I eventually use the corals on 5 stars. So this was a very costly wishing. I only got extra Kalchera, which is kind of bad. I would have liked to have gotten Jian, but I guess the good thing is that well, no, that's not a good thing, because... Well, the good thing is I beat a 50-50, and so if I get another 5-star, it's going to be guaranteed, and so that will help me with Camellia. You know, losing 30 wishes to guarantee a 5-star, I mean, that's better than losing the 50-50 when the time comes. Okay, so I guess that's it. So overall, I like this story. I feel like they told this one, and it was way more relatable than all those other stories with the mumbo jumbos and the too much vocabulary words that are from another universe. And so overall, I like it. I think Encore is a fun character. I'm glad I chose Encore out of all the other standard banner characters I should have chose, because I've just found that she just demolishes everything. Like, there's so many enemies that I couldn't have beat if I didn't have her on my team. And even after everything I invested in
Understood.
Chang Li,
Plan with convention.
Encore
for
is still
another
my main
adventure?
DPS. She does more damage, and I didn't even have her like fully leveled up before, but recently I've been doing a lot more. I've been working hard at filling out all these like I don't even know what you call these fortes, I guess. But anyways, uh, and I'm gonna try out Yoo-Hoo maybe later on. But yeah, this was a huge investment to get her. I may miss out on Camellia. I'm a free-to-play player right now, but I think that, I mean, to get Camellia, I would break free-to-play, just because, I mean, well, we'll see how good she plays first. I may not. But anyways, I feel like Wuthering Waves did a good job with the Encore story, and I'm kind of looking forward to other character stories as well, because there's a whole bunch of other standard banner characters. For example, what is the Calchero story? I'm very curious about that. So far, I think we got Ling Yang. I'm not sure if we got Jiangxin. I feel like we got Jiangxin, but I'm not really sure because she's kind of like intertwined into the 1.0 story, and so I don't know if that counts. What do I have?
Hopefully, we'll make new
Uh,
findings.
did we get a Verena story? I feel like we may have gotten a
Hopefully,
Verena story,
we'll
but I
make
don't know
new
if we got Verena's
findings.
main story, or I'm just forgetting if we did. But I am looking
I
forward
see
to
my
Calcheros.
way
But anyways,
clear.
it's just
I'll
me
do
or
my
this
best.
roster
I
seems
see.
a
Time
lot
for
smaller.
hopefully, we'll make new
I could have sworn there were
findings.
more standard banner characters, or at least one more. But anyways, I guess that's it. I'll probably just think of this guy. But anyways, uh, yeah. So just to wrap that up, I guess I hope the next character is gonna be Camellia. But I don't know if I have enough wishes. I wasted too many. I probably should have saved them, but I wanted to get Yoo-Hoo, and maybe that was a mistake in the end. But anyways, I'll break free to play if I have to. But anyways, I guess that's it. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.